Wouldn't it be incredible if you and I could go to our PC or our Mac or our Linux device and we could literally see which transmission control protocol ports are listening, which ports are open and waiting for a connection from another system? In this hands-on lab nugget, that's exactly what you and I are going to do together. So remember, I want you following along on your particular device. We'll start with Windows. If I get ahead of you or if I'm going a little too fast for you, just pause the nugget so you can catch up. What I'm going to do on this Windows box is I'm going to go ahead and search for the command prompt. That's CMD. There it is, the command prompt. I'll go ahead and click on it. And now in that command prompt, I'm going to run a very specific program called netstat with some very specific parameters so we can just see those transmission control protocol ports that are listening. You ready? I'm going to say netstat, and then I'm going to use a space dash AN, then I'm going to use a space and the pipe symbol, and we're going to say find space /I, and then in quotes exactly what we're looking for, and that's listening. When we hit enter, we see all of those ports on this Windows system that are in the listening state. Now notice on this particular Windows box, I've got Dropbox installed. Oh, I love Dropbox. Yeah, that cloud-based storage that allows me to synchronize my important files across all my different machines. Dropbox is utilizing port 17600. Sure enough, we see it there. We know that this is one of our listening ports, and that makes sense. So you can do Google searches on any of these particular ports that you find listening on your system so you can see exactly what particular service or what particular application that is. Now, our command has to be perfect with netstat in order to get my results. So netstat space dash AN. If you're struggling with this, I went ahead and put this command for you in a text file in the Nugget Lab file so you can do a nice copy and paste if you're really struggling with this syntax. Now, what about if we're working on a Mac together? Well, no problem. You're going to go ahead and use the launcher or the Spotlight search feature, and you're going to search on terminal. This is going to give us the equivalent of our command prompt from Windows. So I'm going to go ahead and do this search, and then I'm going to click on that terminal application. Now on the Mac, we don't use the netstat command to see exactly what we want here. We actually use a command called list open files. It's abbreviated LSOF. Again, I've got this for you in the Nugget Lab files. I'm going to go ahead, I've already typed it in. I'm going to go ahead and use the up arrow on my keyboard to put it in here for us to see. It's LSOF space dash I TCP dash S TCP : listen, and then a dash N and then dash uppercase P. When we hit enter, we see those listening ports, and look at this. You can tell I'm a Dropbox fanatic. We can see several transmission control protocol ports here that are listening for that wonderful application Dropbox. Now, great news, if we're working on a Linux box, like my favorite flavor of Linux, Ubuntu, it's very simple. We can go back to that netstat command, and we just say netstat-L for listening. And this is going to show us all of those listening ports, just like we've seen on the Mac and on Windows. So in this nugget, we've seen just how easy it is, no matter what particular computer you're working with, to take a look at those listening ports from a transmission control protocol perspective. This has incredible security implications, doesn't it? Sure, you want to know the vulnerabilities that might exist over the network for your machine. And those ports that are open and listening for someone to come along and establish a transmission control protocol connection certainly represent a potential vulnerability. Well, I sure hope you found this nugget informative, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.